నేను యూవర్స్ వచ్చినప్పుడు స్టార్ట్ చేస్తాను.
This one or start. లేకపోతే మీరు చెప్పే స్టార్ట్ చేసిన ఉపయోగం స్టార్ట్ చేస్తే రికార్డ్ సెషన్ విల్ బి స్టార్ట్ ఆటోమేటికల్లీ బికాజ్ దే కెన్ యూజ్ ఎనీ టైం దే వాంట్.
5 minutes చూస్తాను. లేదంటే
ఒక వ్యూవర్ వర్షన్ చేయండి బెస్ట్. Maybe he's putting the link just now. 1 hour session, no?
No. Excuse me. Venkat sir. చూస్తాను సార్. థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్.
अरे छोड़ मैं जितना स्टेप हुआ
पूरा हाथ सब एक उनके पकड़ के सब पानी में ये है हम जब एक ज्यादा ये है सबके सामने मतलब कहीं लेकर तू यहाँ खीरा
मेरे लिंदा Yes, ma'am.
Previous, just before the holidays, we had classes conducted on planning. So we discussed about features of planning. We have discussed about functions of planning. We have to talk about steps of planning. When you come to the steps, number one, CBSE question paper will be set in such a way that if they ask you to write the steps, it should be 1, 2, 3, 4 order, not 1 and 4 and 1 and 6. It's a step. Step बोले तो एक के बाद एक, one after the other, not just flowing from 1, 3, 6. If that is an order, you get 0. And coming back to steps, when we started our first chapter called management as science, art, and profession, there we have talked about it's a systematic behavior of managers to perform management tasks. So, when managers have to perform a task, they should have an objective. The objectives can vary from manager to manager and department to department for a short term period. And overall management objective will remain the same. So, first you should have the setting of objectives. That's the first step in the planning. Without an objective step, you can't go into the work. Whenever the department of planning and sitting and discussing about what to be done, it is called as an objective. What we are supposed to do and what we have to reach, that reaching is an objective. To reach that, what all we are going to have the steps in the planning. The second one comes as different modules of objectives. Like I set an objective. To that particular objective, to reach that objective, what are the evaluation techniques? I give one plan, the other member will give another plan, and all of us will pull up our plans and come to one conclusion, which is called identifying different objectives. To reach an objective, identifying different plans. Now, after identifying the plan, evaluating the plan. How do you evaluate? Like you have to evaluate in terms of human resource, whether we have proper staff, talent of the person, effectiveness and efficiency of the workers, whether they'll be able to reach our short-term plans or not to reach our objective. Four, you have to also think about your resources, apart from human resource, machinery, adequate machinery is there or not, or do we need to update the machinery and understand certain plans may cause a problem in execution. So you require all the time a forward planning and a backward planning. If this is not done, what we have to do? That's called as a backward planning. Some people call it as backup planning also. Now, with all these evaluation techniques, your cost, is it matching with it? Your evaluation should be done. And in evaluation, you should talk about consumer taste. If you do this in terms of marketing, will consumer be able to satisfy himself with our product? And these all comes to evaluation. After evaluation of the plan, execution of the plan. Who will execute? Understand. Management all the time talks about who is a person who can take forward. You might be knowledgeable, but you don't know how to execute it. Or commitment. Execution is something where a manager requires to take forward the task in divisional form. It can be specialized divisional structure. It can be a functional divisional structure. It means functional structure requires only at the top level. Divisional structure both with departments and lower to the departments. So you should divide the management. Now division is over. Once we divide, you should not keep. When are you going to follow? How are you going to follow? Who is going to follow? Any small plan, when it is going to be implemented, you should have always a follow. Whether you can take it, our school itself, a small plan we made and we want to execute it, regular follow should be there. Otherwise, it's a tendency of the people to forget or take it carefully. So, you require a follow-up action. So, today you have learned steps in the planning where we talk about first step called setting up of objectives, second step identifying the plans, and two evaluating the plans. Evaluation of plans will go for implementation of plans, then follow up. So 5 steps in plan: setting of objectives, identifying the plans, evaluating the plans, implementing the plans, follow up of plans. Now when these 5 are being done, And how are these being going to be done in the planning are methods, which you call as types of plans. First step we talked about objective, and same thing is related here. There are two methods where we talk about, or two types of plans. One is called standard and the other one is specific. Specific plans are those which will take only once. It is not recurring. Matlab, in everyday activities, it will not come. It is only once, like school annual day. Anything which is celebrated once in a year, for that you have one plan of action, and that plan is called a single plan. Standard plans to complete your objective of your company, you require standard plans. These standard plans start from the beginning and to the end till your objective is complete. Are all plans successful? No. All plans may not be successful because you might have not taken the types of plans into consideration. Depending upon the situation, you have to adopt the plans. Like plan in terms of methods, plan in terms of programs, plans in terms of budget, plan in terms of time. These all comes under types of plans. Procedure is one of the aspect of plans. Now, these all together is called as types of plans. So, I think you all have understood what are the steps of planning, and we just introduced the types of plans. So, your homework for today will come up for you in a worksheet where you all will be writing about the types of plans, introduction, and the steps in plan. Thank you. Have a good day.